Right. Welcome back to another episode of my movie review series, episode 331. Now, last week I said that I was switching up the timetable. Yeah, Aliens is gonna be next week, but Prey is right now, Jack. Yes, one of the hottest movies of this year. One of the hottest. You could say that it is the hottest movie of the summer. I mean, this movie it is still on fire right now. Hell, this movie set the record for the most premiered anything, the most premiered movie program, the most premiered program in Hulu history. Yes, yeah, Prey 2022. Yes, yeah, starring yeah, I gotta say, every single person that did a review on this movie, every single person that I read a reaction from on Twitter, they all gave mega props to Amber Mid Thunder. They all gave mega props to this girl because man, damn, she was bad, bad to the bad to the bone. But yeah, this girl, whew, man, she was a mega badass in this movie. A mega badass. I mean, hell, if you want to fight something that is a predator, you're gonna fight a big fucking alien monster, and you're gonna go one on one with it, then yeah, you gotta be a badass. You gotta be a mega badass to do that shit. And yeah, this chick, yeah, man, she was a beast in her own right, man. I mean, I gotta tell you, yeah, fast, agile, smart. What more could you ask on this one? What more could you ask? So yeah, man, I tell you, yeah, Amber Mid Thunder, Dakota Beavers, Dane De Lagro, Dane DeLagro, Michelle Thrush, Stormy Kip, Julian Black Antelope, Bennett Taylor. Yeah, quite a few Native American names here. This is the first time I've ever done that. Beat off Native American names. But yeah, I tell you, yeah, man, I tell you, yeah. This movie, yeah, it put the Native American people in a whole different light, in a whole different positive light. I mean, you had them with the intelligence, and then you had the white man, those white settlers that showed up, and they were like the savages. But yeah, I tell you, yeah, yeah, you bring a Native American tribe and a Native American cast in here, and have them be portrayed in the right way, very respectfully. Yeah, 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 yeah. That's something that you could be, and that's something one could be very appreciative for me being part Native American. Yeah, that's something you can really appreciate. So yeah, man, I tell you, yeah. Uh, the thing about this movie is, you know, I like I like how you can see the predator but not see the predator. If you know what I mean. I mean that cloaking device, man. You know the way it blend in into daylight. You can still see the design of it. You can still see it moving. And the way it blended into the woods, the jungle. You can still see the detail of it. Yeah, this is yeah just as good as the design that they had in Predators. Just as good as that design. Yeah, man. Yeah, and speaking of the Predator, the way that it looked, you know, very different from the Stan Winston design, very different from the late great Stan Winston. The way the way he made it, and yeah, I can see why they did that. I can see why they made him look so different. And yeah, you know, it's supposed to look feral. The feral predator. The predator is what it's called. You know, but that's the name I heard the media give it. Yeah, feral predator. And yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be in the in this time period. I mean, 1719, set in the northern Great Plains, I think they said. So yeah, you know, yeah, I heard of quite a few people had had a problem with the look of the feral predator, but let me tell you something, man. I'm sure that the late great Stan Winston, I'm sure that he didn't mind how the predator would look in this movie. I mean, from an artist standpoint, you know, the way he designed it, that was how it was supposed to look in that particular time period. 1987, Guatemala. That was how it's supposed to look in that particular time period. But yeah, the way they designed it in this movie, yeah, yeah. From an artist standpoint, if I was an artist, and if I made a character, you know, that was that became well established, I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind seeing a different interpretation of that character from different artists. I wouldn't mind seeing that. Maybe maybe they would add something that I wouldn't have thought about, and that's exactly what they did here. Okay, they took the template from Stan Winston's design, and yeah, they added something new to it, and yeah, and it fit. It fit for this movie. It fit for this time period. You know, yeah, they took the template. They added a a, a, a different interpretation of that certain design, and yeah, it worked. It worked. I mean, hell, not all things look the same. Not all living things look the same. I mean, hell, have you seen a turtle? You know, a turtle will look a lot different than other turtles. A dog will look a lot different than other dogs. You know. I mean, you see a bulldog and you see a chihuahua. They're both dogs, but still, they look very different. You know. So yeah, when you get the Jungle Hunter Predator in '87, and you get um, Feral Predator in 1719, yeah, they're going to look similar but very different. Just like what Lawrence Fishburne character in Predator said, there were two different types. They look they look similar but very different. You know, yeah, the Jungle Hunter Predator that was pretty much inferior now to these big super predators that was doing the hunting. You know, they all looked very similar but very different at the same time. So yeah, different interpretations of a design is should not be a problem with anything for anything as a matter, especially. But yeah, yeah, I like the look of the feral predator in this movie, and yeah, I tell you, man, when they gave the reveal to it, when you saw the full reveal, it was nice. It was like a nice little Jaws moment. I mean that movie, we did not see the shark. We knew the shark was around, but we did not see it. Not until my man was throwing those chunks into the water, and next thing you know, the shark pops up out of the water, scares my man, and yeah, he made he threw out that famous line. You're gonna need a bigger boat. And yeah, yeah. When that shark made the reveal, that was the big moment right there. That was the defining moment when the predator made the reveal in this movie. That was the defining moment right there, man. You know, especially when um what's the name? Nanu Naru. Especially when Naru's brother, when he showed up on horseback, swung his weapon and knocked the predator's head right up. He knocked the then he knocked his head off. We knocked the predator's helmet right off his face. Knocked him in the back of the head, knocked the helmet right off his face. Man, let me tell you. Not only that was funny, but yeah, it was a cool moment. It was a nice little uh, defining moment for the story because Naru she can now see how the predator's helmet works. And yeah, when you fire the weapon, the the sighting, the laser sighting, you know that was the targeting. That was the targeting point. So yeah, when you have predator fire the weapon and it didn't hit the target, which was Naru's dog. Yeah, I gotta tell you that the dog in this movie, the smartest, most resourceful dog I have ever seen. I mean, yeah, she trained that sucker well. Yes, she trained him well. The smartest, most resourceful dog I have ever seen. Yeah, and he played a big part in this movie, especially when he himself attacked the predator at the end. Man, but yeah, she saw how the helmet worked, and yeah, that and yeah, she saw how the helmet worked, and she saw how the predator fought, and that is when she figured that some bitch out. That was when she figured him out. Yeah, yeah, when it came down to her and the monster itself, when it came down to the both of them, yeah, man, yeah, she had the plan. She had the plan. Yeah, she was the woman with the plan. Yeah, set the trap, bring that some bitch in, because from what she learned earlier with the that mud pit, that sinking mud pit that she fell into, you know, she used that little area as a trap. She got on. Yeah, she jumped on top of the predator's back. Pretty much climbed on him, tied the line around, jumped off, pulled that sumbitch right into the mud pit. Yeah, yeah, he rose out of it, but hey, he didn't rise out completely. Yeah, he was sinking down into it. He was fighting it. He trying to sink, trying to get out, but yeah, he was sinking down into it. But yeah, he was trapped though. He wasn't going nowhere. She let him know, this is as far as you go. This is as far as you go. No more, no longer. Yeah. So yeah, Predator fired he fired the weapon, and it went around the bend. The targeting beam was on from the helmet. Went around the bend, and boom, right into the back of his own head. Right into the back of his own head. This fool got outsmarted. This fool got punked out by his own weapon. Mm, yes. I heard that certain Predator fans were mad at the fact that this thing got beaten very easily. Well, in the '87 movie, that Predator got beat very easily too. I mean, yeah. After Dutch kicked after he kicked the stick, you know, the tree trunk, the big log, that came down right on top of Predator's head, put him out, had him trapped under the log. Yeah, he's laying there, he coughing up blood and shit. Yeah, yeah, he got beat pretty easily too, and that was after he kicked Dutch's ass. He got beat pretty easily. So yeah, with this girl here, yeah, this girl Naru, yeah, she put up a fight. She put up a real good fight too. She put up a real good fight. I mean, this girl, she can fight. Yeah, like I said, she is fast, she is agile, and she is smart. And she put up a real good fight against this some bitch. Yeah, she took the goddamn thing's arm off. She took the arm, cut that arm right off. Now he don't got his primary weapon. Okay, the primary weapon he used to kill other animals in the movie. Yeah, he killed the snake. He killed the wolf. Killed the bear. That big fucking grizzly bear. Yeah. He killed those killed her tribe. You know, killed everybody with that gauntlet blade, that dual gauntlet blade. But yeah, he got that some bitch stuck in the tree, and she cut his arm right off. You know, she took away the other primary weapon, but hey, he still had that shield that he used earlier. He still had that shield, and yeah, he was close. He was close to cutting her head off, but like I said, this girl, she is fast, she's agile, she's smart. You know, got herself right between the rocks there. Yeah, pretty much blocked she pretty much blocked the shield from getting to her neck. Yeah. So yeah, she broke free. And man, I tell you, she laid down the law on that fucking predator. Took his ass out. Punked him out with his own move. Uh, so good. So good. This movie is so good. Yeah, the way she wiped out those settlers too, man. I tell you, yeah, man. The bottom line is, yeah, you do not fuck with the Native American, son. You do not fuck with the Native American. Okay. Yes. Skilled fighters. Oh, yeah. Yeah, with her tomahawk, tied a rope at the end, and had a nice little God of War moment with it. Yeah, yeah. Throw the tomahawk, snatch it right back with the line that she got attached to. You know, yeah, nice little God of War moment with it. Yeah, anybody know God of War, anybody that played that game, played those games anyway. Yeah, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, Kratos with those blades, yeah, with those blades attached to the chain, yeah, and he was going to town with those blades, man. Yeah, this girl, yeah, same thing with the same thing Naruto did. But yeah, I tell you though, yeah, this movie, so many high moments, high, uh, so many high, yeah, so many high moments. Not a single low point in this movie. Not a single not a single moment in this movie where the pacing slumped down. None of that. None of that. I mean, yeah, yeah, everything building up, building up, everything. You know, yeah, yeah. When she figured it out, though, when she figured out how this thing, how this thing operates, yeah, she knew. She knew that she could beat it. Yeah, she didn't know if she can kill it or not, but she knew that she could beat it though. You know. But yeah, this girl, yeah, she had to prove. Yeah, she had to prove it to herself. She had to prove it. She had to prove. She had a lot to prove in this movie. She had a lot to prove to herself, a lot to prove to her tribe. A lot to prove to her brother. You know. But yeah, yeah, she stuck to her gun. She got stuck to her gun. She stepped up. She punked out the predator. Punked him out with his own move. Damn, that's so good. Damn, that's so good. Yeah, but she figured it out, man. It was over for him. It was over for the predator, the feral predator. It was over for him. Yeah, I like the way this predator was doing this thing, though. I mean, yeah, this sucker, it did not have the high tech weaponry. I mean, this was pretty much a rookie on its own. I mean, he had the mask. It looked like a bone mask. It wasn't the bio mask that we the metallic mask that we seen in the future films. It wasn't none of that. It was like a bone mask. Fit right over his huge face. Yeah. All they had was the targeted system. Yeah, I'll tell you, yeah, the thermal look, the thermal vision predator's point of view, hell of a lot better than the other films, hell of a lot better than Predators. I tell you that, most notably, hell of a lot better than that. It pretty much brought it back to the first movie, though. Pretty much brought it back to the first movie. Yeah, this movie, yeah. In most ways, this movie it did bring it back. It did bring it back to the '87 film. Yeah, but yeah, you know, a lot of comparisons to the '87 film in this movie right here. And yeah, people would go so far, maybe boldly say that it is better than the '87 film. Maybe, maybe at some point, some ways, yeah, it is. You know, it's an improvement. I'll say that. I will boldly say that this movie is an improvement over the '87 film. I'll boldly say that it's an improvement. I mean, yeah, this movie is just great on all aspects. It's just great on all aspects. Yeah, this movie really delivered on all aspects. So yeah, I would boldly say that it is an improvement over the '87 film. I will boldly say that. I mean, hell, I saw a couple of posts on Twitter, one from Jesse Ventura himself and one from Bill Duke himself, and they both put this movie over. They both like this movie. They really like this movie, and they gave Amber Midthunder her flowers. This girl, she got some props. She got some props from the OG cats. Now, I wish I would have heard something from Carl Brothers, and I wish I would have heard something from the big man himself, Arnold, Mr. Schwarzenegger. I wish I would have heard something from those cats. But hey, from Bill Duke, Mr. ICU, from Jesse Ventura, you know, he ain't had time to bleed. Neither did Amber Midthunder. She had time to bleed. You know, she brought it. The girl brought it. Yeah, this movie 100%. It deserved to be put over from everybody. From everybody, it deserved to be put over, and that's exactly what I'm doing with this movie, with this review. Yeah, it's straight up a 5 out of 5. I love it. I love it. I mean, hell, I wish this movie did have a theatrical release. I mean, if The Predator didn't suck so bad, it probably would have had a theatrical release. Yeah, it probably would have had a theatrical release, and we probably would have seen it on Hulu a little bit later than now. But hey, you know, things are the way they are, and yeah, this movie it premiered on Hulu instead of in theaters, and yeah, this movie gave Hulu the biggest premiere programming ever. Set the record, biggest programming premiere ever. So yeah, man, yeah, this movie it delivered on all aspects. It's a straight up 5 out of 5. That's my review, and I'm sticking to it. Yeah, she did what her brother said. She yeah, she brought it back. She brought it back to the camp. Brought the head back in a way. After she beat his ass, she brought his head back, and she wore blood. She wore his blood on her face as the badge of honor. So yeah, man, straight up 5 out of 5. Now next week, like I said in the beginning, like I said last week, next week I'm going to do aliens. So yeah, you keep it locked right here for that one. Check out my other shit right here. Subscribe to me right here. But in the meantime, in between time, Jack, this show is off.